What's going on YouTube? You already know, your boy Black Prince the Barber. I just want to start off by saying yesterday I just did actually like a ASMR with the music. So shout out to KY Concierge, man, because he commented in my comment section and asked me why, you know what I'm saying, I'm not using the Blade system as of a voiceover. But I had responded back. I told him I just want to do the ASMR music part first. But we're going to start this haircut off with the first initial guideline below the top where his ear started off at. So actually this is like a low medium fade, if you want to call it that. But I just wanted to just start this part off a little different because it just was the point of me, you know what I'm saying, lining him up because I want to see what a fade, you know what I'm saying, we're going to fall in at. This is something new, but I be seeing other barbers do this, but I was like, that was like, really didn't make no sense. But once you just do it yourself and you see it do actually make a lot of sense. But I'm gonna edge my client up and we're gonna start with the detachable blades. Alright guys, I have my Oster Octane. Now, the only thing I'm doing right now, I slapped that OA blade on there and I'm going at least like almost an inch, but not quite as an inch. So I just want to keep this fade low because I do not want to move the fade up too high. And plus I'm just trying to keep it C-cuffs because, you know what I'm saying, he said he want a low taper fade. So when a client sit down and say they want a low taper fade, you just have to measure how you want your cuts to be. But I put the OA blade on there and I'm just gradually going back over the haircut. And you notice I'm brushing it as I, you know what I'm saying, cut so I can see where my fade at. And now I had a 3-op on. The only thing I'm doing right here is just actually using the corners because I just want to, you know what I'm saying, start to erase that first initial guideline because, you know what I'm saying, I just want my transition to start taking place real low because, like I said, I want to keep this as low as I possibly can. But remember to always use your corners. And every time you cut it, you know what I'm saying, just use the brush to brush it down so you can already know your, you know, fade gonna start at. Okay, I know I'm talking a little bit too much, but you know, it just going too fast. Now I have my Stylecraft instincts. I have them halfway open or halfway closed, however you want to do it. But I always use the corner and go up a little higher underneath that OA blade. And remember to always go in like in an X motion because, you know what I'm saying, you want your fade to start to take transition. Now, I'm not really a big fan of the brush, you know what I'm saying? I use the brush when I'm just actually doing like small areas in the taper. But I just want to let you guys know, you might see me switch over from the brush to the comb. See, I'm using the comb right now to use, to comb the longer hairs down because, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna start in my blending section. But before, you know what I'm saying, I start my blending section out, I'm just gonna start cutting it down to a 1.5. Yes, I have a 1.5 going with the grain. And I'm combing as I go because that's the far as I just want to go with that fade. So make sure you clean out your, make sure you clear out your platform before you start on the next part. Now I have my 1A on and I'm just going over that OA. But always remember, if you go up an inch with the OA, go up an inch with the 1A. You don't want to push that fade up. And I'm trying my best to keep that C-cup, you know what I'm saying, because he said he want everything dark. But remember to always use your corners, brush or comb as you go. And the way I do my fades, you know what I'm saying, whatever area I'm working in, like right now, I just go ahead and fade that in and start on the next part so it won't just be so hard for me to go back and do detail. Now I have my 1.5 guard on. The only thing I'm doing right now is just going up a little bit further up, but I'm not really trying to take that fade up so high. I'm just trying to keep everything low as possible. And then I would drop down to the next blade, which is the 1A blade. See, right now, I'm just like trying to clear out the bulk because, you know what I'm saying, like I said, this far as I want to go. And as you can see, the haircut is actually coming out pretty good. And he really didn't want nothing off the top. He just said he just wanted a fade on the side. So yeah, we're just gonna keep it simple and, you know what I'm saying, make the customer or the client, you know what I'm saying, happy because he'll be back soon. Now I have the 1A back on. The only thing I'm doing right now is just using my corners, you know what I'm saying, hitting up against that 1.5 because, you know what I'm saying, I'm in my fade down process now. And remember to always use the corners as well as, you know what I'm saying, you're using the brush because, you know, you can like Get Beam say, brush one, fade one. So as you fade it, you want to brush it down to see if your fade falling in place. Now I have my OA back on, so the only thing I'm doing right now is just actually doing detail work. I mean, you really don't have to use the clippers to do detail work if you're only just using detachable blades, but you know, I preferably, you know what I'm saying, use the clippers as well because I think the blend will come out cleaner. You know what I'm saying? You kind of mix your detachable blades with your clippers. But depending on what clippers, to me, I use my BarberLife FX1 because, you know, by the blade is so thick, you know what I'm saying, I can gradually feed them hairs the way I want to. So like, it's certain clips that I use when I do my detail work. Man, look at that fade, bro. That's all I want to say. Look how low I took that fade. Man, you cannot tell me that fade is clean. Okay, now I have my BarberLife FX1 on. Now, like a lot of barbers don't never tell you guys, you know, if they got the blade open or closed, because looking at my blades directly the way I'm doing the detail, it look like I actually have them all the way open, but I don't. I have them halfway closed, and the only thing I'm doing right now is just using the corners, feeding into that OA blade, because you know what I'm saying, the OA blade didn't take off enough for me, so I just had to use my FX1 for backup. Okay guys, I don't want to confuse nobody on this part right here. Earlier you see me when I used my 1.5 metal blade on my Octane. Now, I use that for to cut it down, you know what I'm saying, with a 1.5. Now I have my plastic guard on off of my BarberLife FX1 to, you know what I'm saying, gradually feed. See, what I'm actually doing, just going back behind my blade system just to make sure everything's falling in place, because usually the blade, you know what I'm saying, take off what you want to take off. But at the same time, you just want to keep everything just as one flow, because the guard system and the blade system are two different types of system that you cut with. But I'm just actually just double checking to make sure everything's falling in place the way I want it to fall in place. By the way, look at that fade. Let's get it. Okay guys, I'm gonna recap you on everything. First, I'm gonna start off with my first initial guideline with it. You know what I'm saying, I grab my cocos and I make my ball line underneath actually on the top of his ear. Then I grab my OA blade and you know what I'm saying, I just go up 1 inch. After my OA blade, I grab my 3-aught and you know what I'm saying, I just start to clean all of that up right there. And after the 3-aught, you know what I'm saying, I just cut the hair down with a 1.5 because I'm just gonna start my blending process. Now, you know what I'm saying, after my 1.5, I grab my 1A blade and you know what I'm saying, I just gradually go up. And so the only thing I'm doing right now, I'm just like fading up but blending down at the same time, because you know what I'm saying, I'm working in certain areas so I can fall back down with my guards. But remember to always use the guard system steps as I take, because you know what I'm saying, it's much convenient, bro. You know what I'm saying, it'll make everything so smooth. And you know what I'm saying, the back is the same way, you know what I'm saying. Whatever you did to both sides, make sure you do it at the back, because that's really important. So you know what I'm saying, just pay attention, you know what I'm saying. This YouTube, man, if you don't understand, rewind the video, because like if I'm on YouTube watching a video and if I don't understand it, bro, I'm gonna rewind that video and see, you know what I'm saying, what I missed. So I prepped the edge up with Tresemme Volume 5. The Volume 5 is actually the extra hole, you know what I'm saying? So when you spray his edge up and put that blow dryer on him, and plus I had a blow dryer on cold. Do not blow dry the hair on hot, because you know what I'm saying, it'll feel like when you edge him up, it'll be like sticky, you know, like the residue from the Tresemme. Yeah, it'll be kind of sticky, so always blow dry on cold. And so the way I'm gonna store this edge up, I'm just gonna store it in the middle, and I'm gonna start working my way to my right you know what I'm saying, to make sure everything is even. And the way I used to do my edge ups, man, I used to, have my clients facing directly to the camera. So I kind of changed it up. I just want to get kind of in an angle and edge them up, because if I have them facing the camera, I'm not going to necessarily say I'm going to mess his edge up, but it's just the point, you know what I'm saying, I don't feel comfortable, with him facing the camera while I'm edging them up. So I turn them in an angle, and you know what I'm saying, I precisely put this sharp edge up on him. Now, on this video, he is not using enhancements. I used to put enhancements on him, but he just got to the point, you know what I'm saying, he got old enough to say, hey man, Prince, I don't need no more enhancement, man. Just give me the natural edge up. So I did my best, and you know what I'm saying, it came out pretty good now, but I just want you guys to check out that fade. All right, YouTube, this is the cut. If you like it, you already know, give it a thumbs up. But if you guys want me to do more videos with the detachable blades, let me know in the comment section, man, because I sure will do it, man. But as far as I see it, man, I love it. And for the most part, I thank you guys for watching. But with that being said, may God bless. Peace.